I swam from Gateway of India to Atal Setu, and it's 16 kilometers from Gateway of India to Atal Setu. So I was very confident. Oh, wow. Everybody was clapping. I dived from Gateway of India. The moment I started swimming, water was super choppy. It was like all going on my head. I was like swimming in a washing machine. I couldn't even breathe. I was gasping for breath. Everybody was saying, "Hey, hero, hero, hero," but then my state of mind was completely different. I said, I have to go to Atal Setu. At that point of time, the most important thing was to maintain your state of mind.
From patient number 3776 to athlete number 1696, my today's guest is a rare individual and a very special one. He's also my inspiration to get started with endurance training and participate in small swimathons. Welcome to the Sunshine Story podcast, and I'm your host, Kumar. Avanish got diagnosed of a degenerative spinal condition. Walking was a big challenge, running a distant dream. Most would just want to get back to normal. He chose to go beyond and transform his life. Not only has he participated over 200 plus endurance sports, but also won trophies and medals. He is a true inspiration, makes you believe that if you choose, you can rewrite your destiny and create a life that you want. I can assure you, today's episode is going to be very inspiring. So come along, let's hear what he has to say.
Hi,
Avanish, how are you?
Pal.
Good to see you.
Same here.
Are you
Always a pleasure to
excited?
meet you. Yeah, definitely.
We are going to shoot the whole episode in the car today.
Wow.
Welcome to the Sunshine Story podcast, Avnish. Being patient number 37762 to athlete number 1696. It's one of my favorite stories. It's very inspiring. When we met, I think what 2023?
That was 2022, I believe.
Just to tell our viewers how we met, I started regular swimming at Renaissance Club. There was no intention of doing anything competitive in my life. I have never been athletic as well. My coach, Ujjwal sir, said, why don't you participate in open water swimming? And I thought he was nuts. So he said, there's an Ambi Valley event coming and I'll train you for it and we'll go. Big mistake.
No, I think that was so nice that we met at that point of time. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have met. In fact,
Yeah.
me and my daughter were there. And we
Yeah,
were swimming
Ami
together.
was there.
Yeah,
And so I remember we all stayed
Yeah.
together that night.
yeah.
And that's how I met Avnish and his daughter Avni. She and me were participating in same category of some just 400 meters.
Yeah.
And you were swimming?
I swam 7.5 kilometers.
You know, at that time, when I heard you were swimming 7.5 kilometers, I thought, what? Like, how? Why? Why do people do this?
Yeah, definitely. Ambi Valley was definitely an experience because I think that was my first lake swimming.
Was
That
it
was
any
my first
different?
time. Oh yeah, definitely. I think lake swimming is relatively difficult as compared to sea and pool because unlike swimming pool, you cannot stop in between. Plus, unlike sea, you don't have any current to push you forward or push you backward. So I think lake swimming is definitely the most difficult as compared to swimming in the pool and
Right.
swimming in the sea.
Honestly, for me, that was a life-changing experience. I was a disaster. I had a panic attack.
Yeah.
I managed halfway. But the best part that happened on that trip was I met people like you.
Yeah.
When I heard stories of what all you participated, and at that time I didn't
Yeah.
even know your story. I just knew he's a competitive swimmer and marathon runner, and Ironman is what you had done. And I was like, okay, ये सब चीजें क्या है? I had no
Why
idea
do
about
people
it.
do all these things?
Yeah, exactly. And the whole bunch was like that. The 5-6 people that we met that day, everybody was like that. So I was like, whoa, where did I land up?
I think doing all these endurance sport, I think you basically get a different kind of high, which I don't think anybody can understand if that person has never done it.
So actually, we will talk about that. But before that, you have 200 plus medals. You have participated in 167 marathons, 33 swimathons, 4 triathlons, including 2 Ironman, 3 aquathons, and 1 cyclothon.
Yeah.
And you have not only just participated, you have completed and won most of them or all of them.
Yeah, all of
them.
all of them finish and some, and I got podium in some of those, like aquathlon. I got a podium.
What does podium mean?
Podium means basically you come in first three categories.
Oh, wow. Before we start about how all this happened, I want to know a little bit about who Avnish is.
So basically, I'm an IT consultant. I work in an IT company.
Which
And
company do you work for?
I work for Accenture. That's a multinational company. But then that's my profession. My passion is towards actually sports. And anything like running, swimming, biking, I really love that. Basically, I started doing running since a long time. I've been running since last 30 years when I was 20, 21. Then I started doing sprinting. I did a lot of sprinting. After that, I thought, let's do something else. Let's do long distance running. So I started doing 5K. 5K, I really enjoyed it. Then I did 10K. I really enjoyed it. After that, I thought I should definitely try for 42K.
42K.
So then I started doing that and I really enjoyed that. Then over a period of time, 42K was not a big deal. I think let's try doing something else. Let's do try.
42K was not a big deal.
Because at that point,
What
in
are
time,
you guys
I,
made
I
of?
did a lot of marathon. I think in Mumbai Marathon, I stood 18th in my age category.
Were you always an athletic kid or were you always very active?
Yeah, I've definitely had a very active lifestyle. I mean, in terms of sports, I used to do swimming, running since my childhood itself. But then into competitive sports, I think I've been doing since last 20 years, 25 years.
So
Not
what-
in my childhood.
Both your children are doing some form of endurance training, right?
Yeah. So my daughter is 18 years old and my son is 14 years
Wow,
old.
nobody can tell you that you are a father of two children.
My daughter is an avid swimmer. She's a long distance swimmer. My son started doing running, swimming, but lately he's completely obsessed with football.
Oh, nice.
He wants to pursue football as a profession. So
You spoke about Mumbai Marathon when you won. That was 2015.
yes, that was 2015, and basically this was 42.2 kilometer. I finished it in 3.5 hours, which was one of my best timings so far. I stood around 18th in my age category. At that point of time, I was 40, so I got some benefit as well in terms of my age category.
I think that is the best benefit.
Because I was youngest in my group as compared to others.
So 2015 is this big win that happened. And then I remember you sharing that 2016 is when you were diagnosed with degenerative.
Yeah, so that's called as degenerative spinal disc disease. I mean, that happens because of aging. I didn't know what it was. I mean, when I started doing all running, swimming, and all, I felt some back pain over there. I literally ignored it. I didn't know what it is. Then, after a matter of time, I got to know, no, that this is a problem with my spine itself. So doctor said it's called as degenerative spinal disc disease.
So what happens because of this disease? Does it affect your everyday lifestyle?
So that disc starts touching your sciatic nerve.
Is the same as sciatica pain?
Sciatica, yes. So sciatica is that only. So that was my diagnosis. But I think I tried everything. I mean, I tried physiotherapies, I tried Ayurvedic, but it was just a temporary relief. But then it was not a cure altogether. Then after 2019, 20, that got aggravated.
Did you continue to keep running, or did you have to stop?
I mean, I moderated it, but then I kept on doing it. It started getting worse after 2022. Sorry, 2020. Because of lockdown, I couldn't do anything. I was locked at my home, sitting, working from home itself. I think that was the reason why everything was actually broken at that point of time. Then once this lockdown got over, I thought, let me do something because I couldn't actually stand. I couldn't actually walk at that point of time. Whenever my friends used to say, let's meet in the evening, my first thought was, if I go over there, how will I sit for 1 hour? So
it was that bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was so painful. Then I thought I got to do something itself because that is impacting my lifestyle.
And then 2021, you decide to go for surgery.
Yes,
But
get it operated at that point of time.
But wasn't there this fear during surgery that what if like they do not allow me to run after that, or did you
Oh,
have
yes.
these thoughts?
Definitely, because actually this spine surgery, that's a very critical and very, difficult surgery altogether, because your entire spine is exposed under the knife. So obviously there was definitely an element of uncertainty, element of fear there was there. But then
Did the doctor say was it high risk?
doctor was very experienced. He said, no, I think success rate is 99.9%. So, and that made me even more confident to do that. I said, okay, let's do that. Let's take the advice from the expert. But my only fear was like, will I be able to get my same lifestyle after that one? And then he said, yeah, definitely you will be able to do that, but not immediately. I will have to take some bed rest for around 2 to 3 months. After that, gradually I can start.
Tell me those 4 months while you were on bed rest. What was going on in your head that time? So it's okay. It's one thing for the doctor to say, "हाँ 99% हो जाएगा," but we are humans, right? We have a mind.
Yeah.
How would you keep yourself positive in that time, or did you have like really low phases? There are many people out there who deal with very critical situations or health conditions, and after that they feel that ठीक है, just let's get back to normal. But you have gone and pushed way beyond. I want to know what that dark phase was.
Oh yes, definitely. I think those 6 months was a game changer for me. I mean, that transformed me as a different person altogether, in terms of my outlook, in terms of my thinking altogether. Because after my surgery, I was completely bedridden for 2 months. 2 months, I couldn't even stand because of this pain. After 3 months, I basically started walking and all so on. But that period itself made me to basically think about myself, introspect about myself. And there were so many things which I learned. I mean, few things which I would like to share. I think there's a proverb called, not proverb, there's a saying called as health is wealth.
Yes.
I never understood the meaning of that word, health is wealth. We should never compromise, or we should never do anything at the cost of our health. Because your work will go, your all your material things will go, but your health will never come back again.
Absolutely.
So whatever we do, it should not be done at the cost of our health. That's one thing I've learned. The other thing what I've learned, I think, is time is finite. I mean, if I want to do anything, let's do it. Don't wait for that perfect day to come, because that perfect day will never come. Whatever we are going to plan, it will definitely have obstacles in front of that. So plan it, strategize it, and work towards it. And success, we will definitely, I mean, everybody will be getting it, if not immediately, after some time. Once you are successful, everybody will be appreciating you. If you're unsuccessful, people will try to find area of improvement in you. They will say, you shouldn't have done running, you shouldn't have done swimming. It is all because of that itself.
Oh, so you had people telling you that ये उसकी वजह से
They
हुआ
were
तुम्हें?
actually my well-wisher itself, but the kind of message which I received, that was very critical. And
Did it
that
make you angry at that time?
not really. In fact, that made me even more to do all these things, because that actually helped me to set even more higher benchmark about myself. The fact that I did Ironman, because at that point of time, swimming, running, biking, all doing all together, that was next to impossible.
Yeah. So did you decide that you would do Ironman in those 6 months, or did you decide after you got better?
No, at that point of time, because whenever people told me, from now onwards, you cannot walk, you cannot run, because that's not going to help your life. I thought, let's actually do something which I've never done it, and that's going to be an achievement for me. So I started doing that.
It's amazing that you say that you took that decision during those 6 months, because I've gone through a similar life-changing near-death experience. Like you, at that point, I did not know even if I would have a normal life, or I would be able to walk or run or do any of that. It's so relatable when you're saying that these are the moments when you have to take those decisions, or they just happen actually. When people challenge you and saying ये नहीं कर सकते, तो you become like this जिद्दी person से करके दिखाएंगे.
Yeah, in fact, first thing towards becoming successful is to be very passionate about it. Because unless you're not passionate about it, you will not be able to cross the barrier.
Sometimes the challenges get overwhelming, right? How do you deal with that then?
I mean, at that point of time, your training, your actually hard work comes into picture. But I think whatever you train, there is always an uncertainty element which you got to deal with that. And many times you got to deal as it when it comes.
Coming to Iron Man, you spoke about Iron Man, and it's amazing because 2021 is when your surgery happened, November,
Yes. January.
January, and you shared with me that 2022
November.
November is when you participated in your first Iron Man.
Yeah.
Matlab, you are really an Iron Man, I think. Robert Downey Jr. I think I should take that title out of him and give it to you forever.
Yeah.
How did you do? First of all, let's tell our viewers what Iron Man is, because a lot of us don't know what Iron Man is about. What all do you have to do in Iron Man?
Ironman 70.3, where it's swimming 1.9 kilometers, biking 90 kilometers, and then running 21.1.
90 kilometers is what, like from Andheri to
Kolaba, and then coming back.
And back. Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And for me, I think swimming and running was not a big deal. And then I think the biggest challenge was biking because I had a very weak back.
Yeah.
So biking was my only fear at that point of time. And still it is, because I think doing a bike for 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, that was a big thing. And then doing all together, all one after the other.
How many months did you take to come out? Like after surgery, were you allowed to do anything? And then when did you start training?
3 months I couldn't do anything. So after 3 months I gradually started. So I thought I started doing some walking. After walking, I started doing some swimming, because swimming is a low impact sport, unlike running and biking. And swimming, I was very comfortable. That was not so big deal.
But ocean swimming is different. Were you already doing ocean swimming by then?
Not much. I had done it. I mean, I did with Mumbai Sea Swimmers in 2019. But yes, I mean, doing a very long distance, like 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, I didn't do. I did after that.
So how does it start? First swim, then bike, and then run?
Then run, correct. So it's going to be first swim. Once you're done with the swimming, take out your bike and then start doing biking. Come back, park your bike, and then start running.
And all this within a year of your surgery and being like bedridden.
Yeah, I was little actually apprehensive also at that point of time, but I thought, let me do that. I mean, my thought is time is finite. I mean, there's no perfect day. Next year, I don't know what circumstances would be, so let's do it right now. So
how did your family react? How did your wife react to it? I'm sure family gets very protective and concerned because they have seen you in the worst stage, and they've seen you where you couldn't even get up from the bed. From there, you are talking about dreaming of being in Iron Man, not even like a regular marathon bhagunga, yeah, regular swimathon karunga. You see that dreamt of Iron Man, which is like amazing.
So my family is very supportive and they have full confidence in me. They think I will definitely be able to do that. So, and that encouraged me a lot. Otherwise, I wouldn't have.
Confident is one thing, but did they have their fears as well, especially because of the condition you were coming out of? And talking about your wife, what was her reaction, and like how did she support you?
She was also at times little apprehensive, but I think, you know what, Ironman is just the final event. The biggest and the most challenging part is to train for it. That's what it is all about. Endurance sport.
So for your training, for your biking, for your running, and for your swimming, did you have different coaches, or how did you train yourself?
I didn't have a coach at that point of time. I did it on my own. I read it from internet and I watch YouTube videos, and that's
You
how
trained yourself for Ironman.
Yeah. because
Wow.
because I think the only thing was like break session. So break session is like you got to do one sport after the other, which I had never done it. I learned about this break session from YouTube and then internet.
The more I talk to you, more I am super impressed by who you are and how you operate. So when exactly did you meet Ujjwal coach, who is our common coach?
So I met Ujjwal sir in 2023, just before I swam Gateway of India to Vashi. So that was my first long distance. So we were a team of 4 people. So one of my friend, she actually introduced me to Ujjwal sir. Then I learned how to actually maneuver in sea, because swimming was not so difficult, but how to maneuver it in the sea, how to deal with the currents. He taught me over there. And that's how I met him, and still he's my coach, he's my guru.
So, what do you feel from self learning to having a coach in your life? What is the importance of a coach and how did that change for you?
I think coach will actually help you to train yourself in the right direction. Otherwise, you will do a lot of trial and error and then you will learn. You will definitely be able to learn it on your own. But the question is about the time. Whatever you can learn with the coach in, let's say, in a week's time, you will learn the same thing, or probably you may not be able to learn for a very long time itself. So it is always advisable to learn via coach because they will share their experiences, their knowledge, and then they will let you go in the right direction.
At that point, when you met Ujjwal coach, did you feel that I would have started earlier?
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, I've been swimming since last, I don't know, 40 for 45 years. But then after swimming since so long, I'm still trying to unlearn myself because there were so many wrong techniques and wrong strokes itself. So I think instead of learning, I'm trying to unlearn and then go in the right direction.
This is such a beautiful, important statement you have mentioned. The unlearning part is the toughest part. And can you share a little more on the unlearning?
So whenever we try to unlearn it is something which we are doing it wrong. And that becomes our habit. Once that has become your habit, it becomes very difficult to break that habit. And that is the reason you got to unlearn and then learn the new things.
But breaking a habit is very challenging, right? So what do you do when you have to break a habit?
This is what I keep telling to my children as well. Strategize, plan, and work towards it. I mean, because things will be difficult and then there will definitely be unknown things in your path which you don't know altogether. You can train for things which you know, but things which you don't know, and you'll have to deal as and when it comes. And that is where your state of mind comes into picture. Because I mean, how do you deal with the issues head on? I'll tell you a story about it. So I swam from Gateway of India to Atal Setu, and it's 16 kilometers from Gateway of India to Atal Setu. So I was very confident. Oh, wow. Everybody was clapping. I dived from Gateway of India. The moment I started swimming, water was super choppy. It was like all going on my head. I was like swimming in a washing machine. I couldn't even breathe. I was gasping for breath. Everybody was saying, "Hey, hero, hero, hero," but then my state of mind was completely different. I said, I just look back and then see, hey, Gateway of India, it is just 500 meter. I have to go to Atal Setu. But at that point of time, the most important thing was to maintain your state of mind, which I did that and which actually helped me to manage.
So what was the narrative that you told yourself in that instant?
So whenever there's any problem, I go back to fundamentals. Like, I mean, if you're saying swimming, let's say swimming, how do you do that? How do you deal with swimming? The first thing is to control your breath. That's the charge what you have.
But in that moment, when you're in midst of, you said choppy waters and there's chaos and there's water all over you and you are panicking, okay, at some point. That time to bring yourself to calm, how does that come?
You got to deal with that.
Do you train for a moment like that?
You cannot train for such moments because that is something which is unexpected completely, and that is where your experience will come into picture. For the very first time it will be difficult. After a matter of time, then you will be well experienced towards
But
it.
that particular episode that you spoke about, by then you had done lots of swimathons and a lot of ocean swimming. So even then, a moment like this happened.
Oh yes, I mean, going into the sea, there is always it is always unpredictable. Like, I mean, if I give you my recent example, I went to Goa just recently, last month itself. It was a 10-kilometer swim, and water started becoming very choppy because high tide turned into low tide, and then I was swimming against the current. At that point of time, it was very difficult. So it was a different experience altogether. I've done swimming in the sea for I don't know how many swim times, probably 30, 40, I don't know. But still, this was a very difficult thing for me. I was swimming, but then I couldn't move forward because current was coming in against me. So the point is, I mean, there's definitely an element of uncertainty and then unknown things, which you got to deal as and when it comes. And
And you seem to be a champ at like embracing uncertainty and unknown things. Like you don't seem like person who wants to take a usual path. Like we're boring. Like let's challenge ourselves, right?
My philosophy is don't give up. See, I mean, what is going to happen? At the end, you will fail. I mean, even if you give up, you are going to fail. Even if you don't give up, you will fail. At least you will try and fail. That will be much more achievement as compared to giving up and then fail.
You have a quote on the failure also that I have seen on your Instagram, right?
It is better to fail rather than not trying because
So-
many people don't even try. That's what I written.
When you were talking about Iron Man, I want to know somebody who's never experienced Iron Man, okay? I mean, I don't even think I want to experience it in this lifetime. I don't think I have it in me to do it.
No, you can do it. Come on.
Please.
If you believe you can do it.
That's very optimistic of you, but I think swimming पे stick करेंगे.
Okay.
I know a lot of people give up during a lot of these endurance events, especially Iron Man.
Yeah.
Whenever you talk, you're very humble about
Yeah.
your experience. You don't make it big,
Yeah.
which is amazing quality to have. So I was reading the stats, and from about a population of 8 billion people in the world,
Yeah.
there are only 70 to 90% people who, after a degenerative disc disease, want to come back just to normal life.
Yeah.
There is 30 to 50% who are like, thoda exercise, they start. There's 10 to 20% who get into regular fitness. And there's 1 to 3% who do high endurance training. And there is 0.01% who are like you, who get into competitive endurance training.
Because the others didn't try to do that. That's the only
but-
difference.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of strength and emotional strength.
Yeah.
And we were speaking about that, right? Physical strength is one thing, emotional strength is another thing. A lot of men I know, they don't talk about building emotional strength. Everybody talks about IQ and physical strength, and all, especially men. So, at what point did you realize the importance of emotional strength, and how did you work on it?
Emotional strength comes when you actually deal with your mental pain. And the biggest pain is when your loved ones leave you apart.
Did you lose somebody?
So we were three brothers, and my elder brother passed away because of cancer. And I still miss him a lot. But I think coming back to this point, I get emotional whenever I
No, that's
talk
okay.
about
You
it.
know what? I, if you are okay, allow yourself to
Yeah.
share this because it's important what you're talking about, and it's really going to help somebody out there
Yeah.
who is dealing with the loss of a
Yeah,
loved one. Because
definitely.
I can understand. I have dealt with the loss of my father, which took years, and there's still days when I feel that
Yeah.
I wish I had him around.
I mean, there's something which you can control, something which you cannot control. You will have to bear with that. How do you bear with that? You become indifferent towards it. Happiness, definitely you will enjoy. Sadness, you'll have to bear it, and that is where your emotional endurance comes into picture.
If you don't mind me asking you, what year did you lose?
That was long time back. I was just 11 years old.
Okay.
And my brother was 15 years old.
But did it bring a life change or like a thought process change after that?
Yeah. I mean, it took me almost 6 months to recover. But then I think after that, I mean, none of the pain was more painful as compared to that. I mean, sorry, I'm just being
No,
literally
please.
emotional.
No,
I think that was the benchmark. I thought if I can tolerate that pain, I think nothing is there. I mean, nothing can be compared compared to it. So that was the thing.
Thank you for sharing this and
Yeah.
thank you for being open about this. It's important when you say that in your case,
Yeah.
it was like if I can deal with this loss, I can deal with anything. And you can never deal with that, actually. You just make peace with it, and
Exactly.
over time.
True. In fact, I mean, people come and go. I mean, that's what this nature, the cycle of nature is. My father went in 2019 and my mother went in 2021. So,
That's a lot of loss that you have
yeah,
been dealing with.
that has made me even more strong person, as a strong person. So that's what it.
Do you also train for your mind other than like your pool training and your gym training?
Swimming itself is such a big meditation because you're completely disconnected from the world. you can think about yourself, because in the water you cannot hear anything. It is only your breathing where you're which is synchronized. So I think swimming itself is a very
Meditation.
good
Yeah.
meditation. So,
Absolutely, I agree. What's your daily routine like? What's your day like?
so basically, I work 9 to 9, and I do other things from 9 to 9. That's what I do. So I work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and the other things I do from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m.
So how do you manage and balance this out?
So within this 12 hours, you got to do everything what you want to do. So how do you do that? I basically prioritize things which is important to me. I cut down things which is very unproductive to me, at least to me. Like watching TV, watching Netflix. I generally don't do it except on the weekends because I don't have time for that one. Catching up sleep is very important because that is going to help me recover. Fortunately, I work from home 4 days a week. So my day starts at 4 in the morning.
Wow.
I do stretching for an hour to basically strengthen my back, and then to basically strengthen my legs and all those things. So after an hour of stretching, I think I basically start with swimming. On the weekends, I do both swimming, running, biking. I do probably once in a week or once in a month. So then I'm back home by 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Then I do my breakfast and then start working. So that's my morning routine. Dinner I try to finish by 6:37. I try to do early dinner.
Okay,
because,
early dinner.
because I can sleep by 9:30, 10. That's what I try to do that. So if my meetings are going on till 9:30, I just ensure like after my meetings I sleep by 10:30. So
So in between all this, what about family time? How do you balance family time?
it's definitely difficult while, and then everybody has their own routine. I don't give a very reserved slot for it. I mean, as in when we meet, we talk. Every 2 months we try to go out, but
Okay.
not anymore Goa, because the moment I say Goa, everybody says not anymore. Every two months I go to Goa. So
Yeah. So is your partner also into any kind of competitive sports or?
not really. She is more inclined towards art.
Wow.
She's a
She's an
very good
artist.
painter.
Nice. Nice. So, but she's always supporting you in whatever you choose.
She's very supportive, and then definitely she encourages me as well. And then she says, "Okay, you could have done like that. You could have done like
So
that."
she's your critique, huh?
And I think two-person who are your critic is your boss
Boss
and
and
wife,
yeah,
who,
boss
who
and
will
your
try
wife.
to find your area of improvement and got you
Also your
yourself
mother.
improved.
I'm sure by now all your colleagues, clients, most of them know about this competitive lifestyle. So has anything changed in the way they look at you or they approach you
Yeah,
work?
that has become my identity now. And I'll tell you a story about one. So I had gone to my friend's place, and then I was introduced to everybody. Others were introduced like he's CEO of this company, he's basically MD of this company, and then when my turn comes over, I was told, and this guy, he had actually swam from Gateway of India to Atal Setu. Forget about my professional achievements, and then after that, everybody said, "Oh, really?" Everybody started looking at me itself. I said, "Wow, such a great thing." Instead of becoming a CEO and MD, I'm getting so much of recognition as compared to others.
But what you do is very tough and not, like I said, 0.1% of the
So
population does it.
that was a good thing, and definitely I'm proud of it as well. People think, I mean, why should I do all these things? That will make the best version of you. It is not just a sport. It will transform, or at least to me, it has transformed me as a person. Right?
Like what?
How
Give
do
us.
I deal with the problem? It has actually made me even more patient. I mean, after doing all these things, I mean, I don't tend to react to anything. I mean, earlier, I mean, I used to get agitated and all, but now I'm indifferent towards things which cannot be controlled.
Has this endurance sport training helped you in your work life?
Yeah, to take risks is what it has actually helped me to basically work towards something which is very strict in timelines. So that has actually helped me. Work and plan is what is the ingredient towards it. So,
has anybody ever made fun of you for constantly participating in these competitive sports?
I think at that point of time it was my birthday, so everybody said, "Oh, what to buy for Avanish?" Then he said, "Oh, इसके लिए तो एक swimming trunk ले लो, बस that's it."
Which is good. All the sportswear is pretty expensive.
Yeah. So that was definitely good on a very lighter note.
It's fun actually. Are there more such stories or?
I think once when I had gone to Malwan, that was an annual Malwan sea swimming competition. I did 10K over there. I was very confident. It was beautiful sea, very clean, unlike Mumbai sea. The moment I was about to finish my line, I mean, I saw a big jellyfish. I tried to get rid of it, and then I changed my route. The moment I took slight left hand, again a big jellyfish came over there and then actually struck on my face.
Oh God.
So it took some time to stand and then again do that. But I think this was definitely an experience which I got to know.
I was going to ask you about jellyfish. How do you deal with jellyfish when you're in the ocean? Do you get stung many times?
Yes, sometimes yes, definitely. I mean, it's like somebody is pricking thousands of needles on your body. So, but yes, I mean, just
But you have to keep swimming after
it's just
despite
for
that.
10 or 15 seconds, and then after that, it's okay.
No, but doesn't it pain afterwards?
Afterwards, it's coming.
Yeah, because I
Because then
remember
you get-
once I got stung at the beach itself, and the whole day I was like,
So after 2 or 3 hours, then your body starts reacting towards it, and then it starts itching.
wow.
So
So on your
45
face, did it not create a little bit of panic or
Oh,
whatever?
yeah, it took me almost 10 days to recover. I mean, after that. After that, there was a deep mark over here.
Oh, there was a mark also.
Yeah, so because all of my skin became red, it was skin rashes which was there.
Wow. And you still want to keep doing ocean swimming?
That was an experience because I think we as in humans, we are actually going into their
Yes.
territory.
Yes.
So whenever you're going to invade their territory, prepare yourself.
But other than jellyfish, any other creature or any other thing that you have experienced?
Fortunately, not.
That's
very
quite
close.
an experience to have while you're
Yeah.
swimming. Nice. So I think we've got a lot of interesting stuff. I want to ask you just last few things. Discipline or motivation?
Discipline, motivation is temporary. Discipline is.
Tell me more on this topic. This is a topic which I also struggle with. How do you build discipline?
So, in a simple words, this is what I keep telling my children. What is discipline? Discipline is things which you are doing even if you don't want to do that. Like getting up early in the morning. That is discipline. Nobody wants to wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock and do all this. But still you get up because there's a reason behind it. So that's where discipline comes into picture, and you will have to set a goal for yourself and then work towards it. I set a goal towards myself which is slightly difficult for me because if I set a very easy goal for myself, I will not work towards it because I know I will definitely be able to achieve it. So always I try to raise my benchmark so that I can work towards it. So that is where I get to do all these things, and in simple words it's called discipline.
So basically what you're trying to say is that if you have a goal and you are working towards it, discipline automatically comes. You don't have to learn discipline, you don't have to teach somebody discipline.
Yes, exactly. But that goal has to be something which you definitely want it to be. It's nothing like, that is my goal, but I will try to do that. No, I definitely want to achieve that goal. And that is where you will work towards it.
So do you have junk food days? Do you have cheat days?
Yeah, with my kids, I do go to.
What's your favorite cheat meal?
My favorite cheat meal is Chinese.
Chinese is a cheat meal.
Because that's full of flour and
So usually when you eat healthy, like what kind of health food do you eat?
my food is all protein enriched food, and I supplement with a lot of green vegetables and fruits.
So what is the importance of nutrition and how does one work towards it?
Nutrition is like fuel to your car, say for example. If your car is running out of fuel, obviously it will not run. And getting the right kind of fuel is very important. Otherwise, it will not perform at the right level. So
Right.
I think that's the reason nutrition is very important, and it's just a habit which you got to inculcate. So being little more mindful about eating is.
I remember that you participated in Dastudan. It is last 2-3 years I've been observing. Can you tell our viewers what
So-
Dastudan is, and more importantly, I know you do it for a cause. What is this cause?
I support Maitrana, who is an NGO who basically empowers women via sports.
Okay.
That's what they do, and that goes in line with my passion as well. So I'm closely associated with them, and then I swim, I run to basically raise funds for them. I did Dust to Dawn Mumbai marathon for them, and then I raised funds.
Tell me more about this Dust to Dawn. What exactly is this event about?
Dust to Dawn is a 12-hour overnight swimming, which basically starts from 5 p.m. and
Pool, right?
yeah, that's in a swimming pool. It's a 50-meter pool where a person has to swim for 12 hours non-stop. And I mean, there are different formats: 12 hours, 6 hours, 4 hour, 2 hour. But then I do 12 hours.
12 hours non-stop you swim, Avnish.
So from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. So that was definitely one of my biggest and toughest thing to do as well, because I think swimming for 12 hours, that's very difficult. I mean, forget the physical ability part of it, but then after 6 hours or so on, it becomes very boring as well. You're looking at the same tiles for 10 hours, 12 hours, and then it becomes so bored.
After 6 hours, you find it boring. For 45 minutes, people like us are like keeping focus.
The way I do it, I mean, I basically break down into actually smaller milestones. Like, I mean, what I do, I basically set a target for myself. Like, every 1 hour, I should be able to complete at least 2.2 kilometers. I keep chasing my target. If I think 12 hours, oh my God, how will I swim? That becomes a very tedious and almost impossible things to do.
So how many kilometers do you do usually in 12 hours?
It was close to 20 itself.
Wow. How many years have you been doing restaurant?
It started in 2022, and then I've done it 4 times.
And each time you collect some funds.
Since last 2 years, I've been doing it.
And how much funds do you collect usually?
I mean, I get around 20-25K because I think
Friends and family.
There's a very close loop which actually helps. But yes, I mean,
What I'm
thanks
going to
to
do is put your Insta ID to share with the viewers. Every time he does any such new activity which is supporting a cause, I'm sure a larger group of people would like to also contribute.
Yes.
And maybe they're not aware of it. So definitely after listening to your stories and the reason why you do a lot of things, we'll have a lot of viewers trying to support you. Or at least that's my intention.
So pleased to hear this. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when I did 1 hour challenges, though I didn't do them non-stop, but for me they were very tough.
Yeah.
And every time I would message you while training saying, Avnish, ye ho raha hai, Avnish, wo ho raha hai, and you would give me tips on what to do. I actually did those only thanks to you.
Very good.
And the reason I'm saying that is because this is my personal belief. When I say that, oh, somebody inspires me, I feel inspiration is not just like looking at them saying, wow, inspiration is what action can I take to imbibe that in my life. And for me, that group that I met, people like you, Rohit, and all the others, I think it's thanks to you guys that I did those 3 events. I still want to do more. And one day, of course, ocean swimming has to happen soon. If somebody wants to start a fitness journey, what is the advice you would give?
Everybody is very busy these days. So I would ask everybody to prioritize health as their number one priority. Number two is to don't wait for the perfect day to start, because it will never come. So act now itself. Number three, I would say set a goal for yourself, which which you can achieve it, and then that should be slightly difficult as well. Number 4 would be to work towards it. Number 5 would be to keep showing up, keep doing it. Don't actually pause or stop, because it's a process. It will not happen overnight. It will take a lot of time, and unless you undergo that process, it will not achieve it. So fitness, it is not a milestone, or probably it's not an action. It's a lifestyle which we should be having it.
Very well said. I really feel this has been an amazing conversation, and you continue to inspire me. Like, I'm only looking at acha abhi kahan participate kar raha hai. And you don't even know there's a joke between me and Ujjwal sir. So I have not been swimming last few months, and every time I tell him ki sir, yeah, I will start again, and he'll be like, kab? And then he'll say, you have na, Avanish सुबह 5 बजे आता है. And I'm like, okay, Tana mil gaya mujhe. He's like, champions come with that mindset. So I'm like, okay, sir, I got the message. I will come. So on that note, thank you so much for your time.
And thanks for your time. It was definitely a wonderful conversation.
Especially thank you for allowing yourself to being vulnerable, and I think that was really beautiful. I really hope at least some of you take something from this conversation. Like for me, I think the one thing that I took from him is that keep showing up no matter what. Winning or losing is not the point, it is the process. Keeping that in mind, that was a beautiful sunshine story for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, leave us comments. Is there something that you took back or you have learned? It would be amazing to hear that. If there's somebody who will benefit from this conversation, share this podcast with them. And of course, hit the subscribe button if you would like to hear more of these sunshine stories. So thank you again, Avanish. More power to you, and more strength, and may you keep meeting a lot of finishing lines.